The third teaser for Avengers Doomsday has been released, and this is the one many people were waiting for the most because it is focused on the X-Men. Yes, as usual, the teaser was leaked before the official release, and there were plenty of fake breakdowns everywhere. But today, I am going to talk about the most interesting moments of the teaser and highlight important details that you probably missed while watching, and most importantly, what all of this could mean for the movie. Hello everyone, this is Lord of Leaks. Give this video a thumbs up to support the channel, and let us begin. The very first thing that immediately grabs your attention is the voice of Charles Xavier. You barely have time to blink, and your brain already says, okay, this is the school for gifted youngsters. This is it. From that moment on, the teaser does exactly what it should do. It does not show action for the sake of action. Instead, it creates the atmosphere of a doomed base, where old legends understand that someone has come for them. We see Professor X and Magneto, and yes, they are already old. Not in the sense of powerful mentors in their prime, but in the sense of we have done everything we could. This is the core emotion of the teaser, the feeling that their era is coming to an end. One especially satisfying detail is the chess reference. This is a direct callback to the classic X-Men films with the same actors, Xavier and Magneto, their eternal argument, their endless game, two opposing philosophies. It works as nostalgia in the most honest way possible. It is not fan service for the sake of fan service, but a symbol that this time the game will not be interrupted by them, it will be interrupted by an external enemy. And that external enemy is made very clear, the Sentinels. Look closely, we see the massive legs of a sentinel in the frame, and it is immediately obvious that this is not just someone big in the background. This is the exact threat from X-Men mythology, a mechanical hunt for mutants. Even if you are not a comic reader, you have likely seen them in animated series, or at least heard of them as the ultimate anti-mutant force. And the most important part is this. It looks like they are attacking the mansion. We see the school destroyed, not slightly damaged, but completely ruined. It is no longer a place where people study and live as they used to. At the beginning of the teaser, it feels like a base that is either long abandoned or has become a shelter of survivors in a world where mutants are no longer just disliked, but actively hunted and erased. And on this backdrop, we see Cyclops. This is a genuinely big moment. James Marsden appears in a fully canonical costume, which does not look like leather outfits from the early 2000s, but like a proper superhero design, much closer to the classic look. And yes, this is the exact moment when a character who once mocked yellow latex suits now looks like the true leader of the team himself. He has very little screen time in the teaser, but the emotion is impossible to miss. He's screaming, he is in despair, and it reads perfectly as a reaction to what is happening to the mansion and to the team. This is where serious story questions begin to appear. If the Sentinels are hunting mutants, then the school is the first place they would go. And the teaser gives a very strong feeling that these are farewell moments, especially for Magneto and Xavier. The light flooding through the windows, the sense of being searched for, hunted. In cinema, this almost always means one thing: they have come for you. This is not a quiet evening by the fireplace. This is time running out. Now to the most controversial question: will Xavier and Magneto die? The teaser does not give a direct answer, but it strongly suggests that if a tragedy happens, it will not be a heroic battle of titans at their peak. It will be more like the final scene of old legends who are no longer at their strongest, but who still stand their ground until the very end. This is not confirmed, but the atmosphere of the teaser clearly leans in that direction. There is also another layer to the teaser, smaller but still interesting: the numbers or code on the screen. Here there are two possible explanations. But first, I kindly ask you to subscribe to my channel. My goal is to reach the first 1,000 subscribers. Thank you. The first option is that this is a real cipher that can later be assembled into an Easter egg. The second option is that it is simply a visual timecode or counter, disguised as a pseudo-mystery to make fans, as usual, create mythology around it. However, Marvel loves playing these kinds of games, so I would not dismiss it completely. If similar codes appear in future teasers, then it will be worth collecting and checking them. Overall, in my opinion, this is the strongest teaser so far. The first one was calm, essentially saying, "Here is Steve." The second one was more serious, saying, "Here is Thor." But the third one delivers real narrative intrigue, a sense of threat, and a clear statement: mutants are going to be hunted, and this is part of a much bigger story. And yes, if Marvel continues in this direction, it would be great if they showed not only familiar characters, but also glimpses of alternative universes to truly expand the scale. But we will see, because sometimes these marketing campaigns start strong and then suddenly collapse into just a couple of standard teasers. In short, the X-Men teaser is not just about nostalgia. It gives the feeling that a catastrophe has already happened in their world, and they're not the victors, they're the survivors. Write in the comments, is the Cyclops costume canon? And do you think Xavier and Magneto will survive until the end of the movie? Subscribe if you want a breakdown of the next teaser immediately after its official release. See you soon!